the most loyal man and the most crazy according to the zodiac sign. The most loyal man and the most crazy according to the zodiac sign. No one can know in advance whether your man will be faithful. After all, to charm, to like, not to say something it costs nothing. However, if you look closely there are always small hints. It is especially important to know the date of birth of your chosen one. It turns out that loyalty also depends on the zodiac sign. Ladies, be careful. Don't be fooled. So let's get started. Of course, there are exceptions to the rules. But there are not so many of them. Aries. Unity and struggle of opposites. Aries is a conqueror. And this says a lot. If you managed to really fall in love with yourself and keep the attention of Aries, you are not the first day together and have plans for a family, you can count on him to be a faithful husband and a wonderful father. But there is still a chance that the search for new goals in it will make itself felt sooner or later. Taurus. An example of loyalty. The most loyal man, Taurus, is very calm and even to a certain extent closed. They go to the heart of their beloved for a long time, and setting the goal, they achieve it in all possible ways, and if they decide to get married, then it's for centuries. By right, Taurus can be called the most faithful sign of the zodiac. Gemini. Constant only in their impermanence. To find an approach to a Gemini man, you need to catch their mood and character. This type of man quickly catches fire with the knowledge of a new girl, then quickly burns out and either go in search of a new one, or, weighing the pros and cons in favor of this lady, tie the knot. Cancer. 100 reasons why it's not his fault. Surprisingly, Cancer in relationships shows a lot of self-love and selfishness. He always does what he wants, and always has 100 reasons why even his own betrayal is not his fault, but his half. Cancers most often settle down after 35. Before this milestone they lead a rather disorderly life in terms of relationships with the opposite sex. Leo. That's a yes. Do you expect the most narcissistic sign to be the most walking? And here it is not. Lions. Choosing a companion. Emphasize that she should be the best. And if they have chosen someone, they remain faithful to the end. The reason for cheating can only be the fact that his partner begins to build a more successful career, earn more, or takes on a role of the head of the couple. Virgo. It's all about habits. Another of the most faithful signs, along with Taurus and Leo, but his devotion to relationships lies in his habits. The fact is that Virgo is the most accurate and fastidious sign. Relationships on the side will simply be unpleasant from the point of view of health and security and gossip, which will harm the reputation. In addition, Virgos are far from a fairy prince at the time of courtship, so they are simply not interested in spending energy on dancing around the campfire to attract the attention of a potential new passion. There are more important things to do. Libra. They will get burned on a lie. The most loyal man, Libra, is one of the few reliable partners not only in marriage, but also in friendship and in business. They value loyalty and try to reciprocate. All a Libra man needs is constant approval and praise. If you let them know that they are doing everything right, he will be devoted to you to the end. In addition, even if Libra has adultery, he himself will not be able to live with it and will tell his half everything. Scorpio. Soul and flesh. Scorpios are the kings of sex and at the same time the most incorrect sign of the zodiac. And all because in a passionate body, eager for adventure, there lives a sensitive soul that longs to give stability and loyalty to its family. Therefore, Most often Scorpios' infidelities are of an impetuous nature and do not imply anything serious. But who wants to put up with it? Sagittarius, everything is clear without words. The saddest infidelity is just in Sagittarius. This zodiac sign basically regards relationships, and especially sex, as a sport, gamble, conquest, rage. Sagittarians live by a rush of passion, trying to try as much as possible. But they come to the conclusion that there is no ideal, and they marry the first one who comes to hand at the right moment. In a family which is more often created late, they remain faithful, because they are disappointed by the lack of high ideals. However, there is a rare kind of Sagittarius who knows how to channel his sexual energy into a creative channel. Then the relationship does not suffer from his unbridled infidelities. Capricorn, faithful to the bone. The most faithful man, Capricorn, is a very simple sign. He does not need refinements, secret hints, any sophisticated ways of seduction. If he likes you, he will act simply, according to the standard scheme. In a family, he is also straightforward and hardworking, capable of sacrifice. All he needs is for his partner, like him, to constantly work on the relationship. Aquarius, the wind of freedom. Aquarius behaves very inconsistently in a couple. On the one hand, this is a fairly sure sign that, choosing to mate, does it once and for all. Most often Aquarius is monogamous, but at some point a click may happen in it. He suddenly realizes that he is too tied to everyday life, and he will leave very unexpectedly. They rarely change, because they prefer to put an end to previous relationships first. Pisces, romantic for the family. Pisces is that rare sign among men who are capable of sincere romance. It is Pisces who can read poetry to you and do it with pleasure. In the family, Pisces are distinguished by tenderness, reliability and fidelity. But there is a role. At any moment their quiet life can crack if momentary passion interferes with it. Oh, and the wives of Scorpions were unlucky. Although, on the other hand, living with a bright and enthusiastic person is always fun, you can get carried away with him and compliment each other.